What up, Taurus? Happy birthday. This is going to be just a quick birthday reading. Any information that you need about me is in the description box below. Just know I may mispronounce things. I may use cusses. If that offends you, this may not be the reading for you. I use God and cusses in the same sentence because my God knows me. And yeah, that's it. Let's get right into it. It's going to be a birthday reading. 3 deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Begin. One more time for the gods. One more time for the Dear God, ancestors, guardian angels, and beings of light, I come to you today to just say thank you for allowing me to be able to offer this offering. Now, God, guardian angels, and beings of light, I ask that you look at everybody who may be viewing this video, and if you have any messages to them, I ask that you please deliver them through me. This is a clear and open space, beings of light only. I am a vessel. God, I ask that you completely put me to the side. Now I call forth and want to connect with the energy of the Taurus collective. God, please allow me to connect to their energy. In Jesus' name I pray. Ashe. All right, let's go. Let's get into it. So I've been doing things differently this month. I've just been allowing the cards to kind of lead. So however really pop out is however really pop out. Just really want God to get the messages across. So God, what messages do you have for the Taurus collective? God, what messages do you have for the Taurus collective? God, what messages do you have for the Taurus collective? Allow us to see the cards that we need to see. Allow us to see the cards that we need to see. Allow us to see the cards that we need to see. Number 211. All right, and number 222. So the 3 cards that popped out for you guys, the way that I'm going to kind of do them is honesty, love, and purification. The underlying energy is going to be purification, but your reading is all about honesty and love. In the card for honesty, it is actually an angel standing in the mirror. So when I get this, that I feel like God is saying that in order to get the things that you really want in your life, in order to even have the life that you dream or the life that you think is, for you, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be honest about the things that you want. I really feel like recently I just went through this process of where I had to kind of understand like the underlying energy of why I was doing things. So let me break that down. So I have a newsletter called Honestly Sis, and I originally started doing the newsletter because I thought that I was doing it because, my chakras was off balance and I needed to find a way to get my creative work out there, and I wanted to do it in a safe environment. And yes, everything about this was great and it was from a place of honesty, but after a while it transformed and it became this thing that I was doing it because I wanted people to see me doing stuff. I didn't want to look like I wasn't doing stuff, because what was happening was people would come to me and be like, "Oh, you're still working on your book? Your book isn't done. This." And for people, like, I was getting frustrated because I'm like, "Oh yeah, I am working on my book. It's just taking time." And people would kind of look at you like, and it's like, I just, this is a tangent, but I just don't think people realize what it takes to truly birth something great. Like, yeah, I can just come up with any half-ass book and just put it out there and self-publish it and whatever. And no disrespect to anybody who's self-published, but I'm just saying, for me, it's more important for me to write a great book, and it's more important for me to write the book, the story that I have been kind of, that's been haunting me for 5 years, versus me just putting out anything. So anyways, I say all that to say is that I started to do Honestly Sis because I wanted to show people, oh, I'm doing stuff. I'm out here. I'm building this newsletter. Like, I wanted to look like I was doing stuff. But what ended up happening was I got so caught up in that and so caught up in the attention. And then because Honestly Sis started growing, I wanted to make it bigger than what it was. And then next thing I know, I look up and I'm so focused on Honestly Sis and I'm not even working on my book anymore. And so as we've been in kind of quarantine, I've been able to kind of like just sit back and really think about it. And I literally have, I'm gonna show you. Every single day I write a to-do list for work, and I still put like my stuff on here. Like every single day I do a to-do list. And as you can see, this is my to-do list from yesterday because I haven't restarted yet. But as you can see, like it's all my stuff, like all this stuff at the top, and that's all the stuff I need to do for Honestly Sis. And for some reason, like ever since we've been in this lockdown, like every single day I have been writing these things down that I need to do for Honestly Sis, but I just don't have the energy to do it for some reason. Like it's just there is no urge within me to do it. And I just didn't understand because I'm like, damn, like I was so gun ho about it. And after I did that process of being like, oh, I'm not really doing this because I want to, help people. And yes, a part of me is doing it because I want to help people, but a greater part of me is doing it because I was tired of people asking me questions. I just wanted to be out there and do things. And I was talking to my partner about it, and he said, eventually in your creative journey, you're going to have to go all in. You're going to have to make that choice and make that decision on how what type of artist are you going to be, because you can only put your energy into so much. So it's like I was literally scattering my energy about, and I was putting all of this energy into Honestly Sis, and it became this thing that it wasn't even supposed to become. So I say all that to say that you have to be honest about why you are doing stuff. Like, yeah, maybe at a very low, maybe an overall level, you want to do it to help people. But what is the real underlying things? And sometimes when you think about it, you could be doing it because you want acceptance. You could be doing it because you want attention. You could be doing it because you want to, have people seeing you in a certain light. So, and then, and the reason why I say that, because you get upset and you're like, well, why isn't this happening? Or why isn't my life changing? And it's like, well, look at the energy. All of that, the wanting attention, wanting acceptance, those are lower vibration energy, because what you're doing is you're telling the universe, I don't have acceptance, I don't have attention. So can you please give me these things that I am seeking so desperately? And that's pretty much canceling out, that your need for acceptance is bigger than whatever you're working towards. So that's why it's so important for you to get your limiting beliefs in order, because that's what blocks us a lot of times from like really, oh damn, I think I just broke my incense holder. Anyways, but that's how it really like kind of just blocks us from living the life that we want to live. Sorry, I had like broke my little thing in here. I just want to burn some incense. Um, and then the next card that came out, I promise y'all I'm focused. The next card that came out was love. I mean, this is just like a card where this angel just has like all these hearts around them, and it's just like hearts, hearts coming out everywhere. And I feel like that's what God is saying. Like that's what this purification process is. We're all going through purification process, and I feel like maybe for some of you guys it could be going a little stronger. I feel like I've been in the purification process myself for about probably about a year or so now. Plus, with this being added on, so now it's adding more time to it. But the pure, like God gets you by yourself, and He gets you, he isolates you not for you to be like, oh my God, I can't make friends, or oh my God, I'm this weirdo. But God isolates you because He needs you to kind of learn to trust your intuition, learn to trust yourself, learn to value your opinions over others. So then He blocks all these people out. He gets away with all of these things and only focus on the things that are true for your heart, only focus on those things for your soul. That's what God does during this purification process. So I say all that to say that I feel like God is saying that you need to move, like, because you're going through this purification process, you may be lonely, you may be by yourself, you may be a little isolated. What God is saying is don't take this as a like a fuck you or anything like that. Like this is just the process we're all going through. It's just a purification process. What you need to focus on is doing things from a heart space. Like you need to be using this time, this purification process, to figure out like, am I doing the things that are in alignment with my heart? Like, am I doing things that are true, true, true to me and my soul mission? And the way that you know that is that as you're doing it. So if the majority of the things that you're doing makes you feel shitty, or if you just feel shitty right now in your life, like that's a key indicator that there's somewhere in your life that's not, like something, there's an imbalance somewhere, and you should go back and do that, do the review process to see what that is about. Like, be honest about it. Look yourself in the mirror. All right, but let me get some more cards out. God, what message do you have for the Taurus collective? God, what messages do you have for the Taurus collective about honesty, love, and purification? God, what message do you have for the Taurus collection about honesty, love, and purification? And honestly, I kind of feel like purification is actually the theme of this reading, and what's supporting this purification process is honesty and love. So a lot of you guys may have a lot of stuff being stripped away, and it's just because God is saying like those things are just no longer useful for you. Like He's keeping the things that are only the things that you love to say. And then I also feel like he's stripping these things away, or like kind of have you in this process for you to kind of do like this self-examination and be like, am I being real? Am I being honest with myself? So that's kind of the message I'm getting. All right, God, allow us to see the cards that we need to see regarding honesty, love, and communication. Allow us to see the cards that we need to see. Allow us to see the cards that we need to see. Angel number 1150. All right. No poppers, so that's good. All right. So under honesty, we have whenever I am feeling good, I am attracting good. That's why God is saying it's so important for you to be honest with yourself about what you're feeling. Don't you know, like, have you ever went somewhere and you knew you didn't want to go, and then some bullshit happened, or your car get like something, your car get totaled, you lose your phone, you're like, damn, I knew I should not have went there. Trust your intuition. I'm gonna read, this card isn't long, so I'm just gonna read it for you guys. When you think a thought of upliftment, okay, this is under honesty. When you think a thought of upliftment or abundance or well-being, you are filled with the feeling of positive emotion. You must trust the way that you feel as the indicator as to which side of the subject, which is really two subjects, you are on. Whether it is the subject of money or the lack of it, or health or the lack of it, or a relationship or the lack of one. Always when you feel good, you are in a place of attracting that which you are wanting. So this is just saying, so honesty. So say, for example, if you are saying, I want more money, I want more money, I need to find out new ways to make money, blah, blah, blah. But if you're feeling shitty about it, then know that you're not attracting money to you. That's pretty much what this card is saying. So this card is saying, like, if you continue to do things that do not make you feel good, if you continue to do things that, that just don't make you feel good, you're pulling yourself further and further away from where you actually want to go in life. That's all this card is saying. Under love, it says, the law of attraction adds power to both my problems and solutions. And this says the realization that something is not as you want it to be is an important first step. But once you have identified that, the faster you are able to turn your attention in the direction of a solution, the better, because a continual exploration of the problem will prevent you from finding the solution. The problem is a different vibrational frequency from the solution, and thoughts or vibrations are affected or managed by the law of attraction. So I love this card because this is actually a card, angel number 17 and angel number 1404. This is actually a card that I have been trying to apply in my life myself. The best example that I can kind of give to you guys is that I am in a corporate job that I hate, I do not like. I am in a corporate challenge that I do not like because I'm also in the process of trying to change the way that I think about it. And I have realized that my constant complaining about the situation, my constant attention on the situation, me talking to my coworkers, talking about how chaotic it is, like all that was just adding to my problems. Like that was not helping me because guess what I'm focusing on? I'm focusing on everything that is bad. Now, Now I know what you're saying. Oh, so all I'm supposed to do is just focus on the good. What if there is no good? Exactly, because that's where I'm at. It's like there is no, I can say that, oh, this God is helping me with my people skills, and this is helping me with this. Like I can do those things and try to focus on the positive. But if I'm being honest, I've been at this job for 5 years, and I've been feeling like I've been trying to set the intention to leave this job for at least a good year now, and it hasn't happened. And so I was very, very frustrated about that. But now I'm starting to slowly understand that, me constantly focus on, A, that I'm still an accountant, A, the chaos that around, A, that, the things that aren't changing. Again, I'm only focusing on the bad. And it's not enough. And I'm not, and because I've been in this situation so long, it's not enough for me to just look at the good. But what I can do is that, and I'm reading this book with Conversations with God, and in Conversations with God, they were talking about this thing about suffering. I did a reading last week. I don't know if it was for the earth signs or the water signs. Maybe it was fire. I don't know. Anyways, I did a reading last week, and I was just talking, like, kind of, this is what happens. Like, as I'm doing these readings, like, I kind of work through my own shit because I'm channeling, and, hey, like, information comes, and I'm like, oh, this is useful for me as well. But anyway, so, so, I was doing the video, and I came to the conclusion because I was like in between videos, and I had checked my work email, and I got super frustrated, and I was super mad, and I felt that feeling of trap, that Five of Swords energy, and I was just like, not even five, I think it's seven. Anyways, I just felt that energy of just like feeling trapped and overwhelmed, and I was just like, fuck, like, I've been working so hard, like I should not be feeling like this anymore. And so I'm like talking, doing the reading and talking about the job. And I was about to give that bullshit excuse about just looking at the positive. And I just realized, like, what? It's not enough to focus on the positive, but I do know that the solution is not to quit, because the way that I felt was the exact same feeling that I felt when I was in public accounting. And this environment is so different from public accounting. So that's letting me know that this is not really a thing to do with the job or any, like, it's really something to do with myself. Like, this is really something that I need to figure out within myself. Like, this is a challenge. Like, this is something that God is preventing me with. And if I was to just leave and quit this job and go to another job, who's not to say I won't hit this same barrier? So I just felt like I realized as I was doing the reading that the answer was not to quit. So that was one thing. Then I started reading the Conversations with God. Like I read it I literally pick it up like whenever I'm feeling like encouraged to, like, I just intuitively picked it up, and it always have information that I need. And again, it did that. And I was on a section about suffering. And one thing that God said in, the God that's in that book, he said that um a master knows that, situations, actually I wrote it down because that's how, like, I'm trying to, again, learning to reprogram myself, as I'm going through my own process of purification and being honest with myself. I wrote down this phrase: what's happening is merely happening. What's happening is merely what's happening. How you feel about it is another matter. So many people feel like you need to, when they're getting uncomfortable, when they get in these situations, they feel like they need to leave, or they need to, that's when the challenge happened. Like, that's when that's the purification process. You see, this angel is kind of like sweating. Like, this is when you really truly become a master, is when you are able to navigate out of uncomfortable situations. And so I say literally all of that, literally, literally all of that, to say that it's not that I'm like, the thing that is helping me with my job is not this idea of, oh, these things are helping me. That's not what's helping me. Like, that wasn't big enough. What's overcoming it, the love aspect that's overcoming it, is that I know that God is only giving me this because he wants me to become, I want to be an alchemist. I call myself an alchemist. So this situation is coming about, so God is teaching me how to be an alchemist. One thing that is in the conversations with God that they say so often is that every situation, every single thing that happens in your life is just a moment for you to decide who you are. Now, if I've done all this work, if I've done all this self work, if I truly believe everything that I'm preaching, everything that I'm teaching, all this stuff about, we have the power to co-create and blah blah blah, and that the world is our mirror, if I truly, truly, truly believe that, then I have to know that this situation, this challenge that is happening at my job is something to make me a master. It's something to bring me more into alignment. It's something that is, I have to know that. I have to know that it is going to ultimately end me up into alignment with my soul and my heart desires. Because just because I'm in this job, just because, like God, I'm still doing other things. Like God is still moving me along. But sometimes because we're in this situation and it's so fucked up and we just want to get out of it, we can't even see, like, oh my God, God is setting me up for all these wins. He's literally setting me up. So what I'm doing now is, instead of every time something comes up in my job that aggravates me, instead of ignoring it, because what you ignore persists, is that I try to, this is where the love part comes in. This is where the solutions parts comes in. I realize that I cannot be so reactionary. Like I can't be so frustrated. Like I can't be so like, oh my God, this place is crazy, because it's like I've been saying that for 5 years, and guess what? It's just getting crazier and crazy. So what do I need to do? I need to stop talking about it. I need to approach this place. I need to approach it differently. I need to approach it as if I am the God that I think I am. So if I approach it as the God that I think I am, that means that when people do things that ignore that infuriates me or that makes me mad, I don't go reach out to my coworker or forward the email to her and be like, "Look, girl, look how crazy they are. Look at this," because that's just keep adding on to it. And I also, and I'm gonna pull this last card and then I'm gonna get on out of here because I did not mean to make this long. But honestly, this has been happening a lot. Like all these readings this month is about an hour. So, anyways. Um, but should I lost my thought? Damn. Well, it must not have been meant for me to say. But what I'm realizing is that, oh yeah, I'm a guy. Now I'm learning is that what's happening is merely happening, and how I feel about it is another thing. Like I cannot, as me getting so upset with my job is really me giving them all the power. And if I truly believe the things that I am preaching, then I can't give my power away like that. Like I can't just, anyways, like I lost my thoughts, so I'm not even gonna keep going. Underneath this is purification, is the money is like to support the purification. Money is not the root of evilness or happiness. And I'm gonna read all of this because why not? We're this long already. This important subject of money and financial success is not the root of all evil, as many have quoted, nor is it the path to happiness. So when you are able to successfully control something like the subject of money that affects most of you all, that affects most of you all day, every day, you can accomplish something rather significant. For only it is certain that your financial success must improve, but the evidence of that success will then prepare you for deliberate improvement in every aspect of your life. So that's so funny that God said it. God is crazy. God is good, John. I'm sorry. I said it to the sound, but he is. So angel number 7. So as I was talking about my work example, I kind of feel like God had me say all of that because it's important for us to get financially stable. And it's important for us to become financially stable because we live in this world, in this matrix that is ran off of money. Like most of the time, like a lot of people can't even transcend and do the things because they're so caught up about money, lack of money, or they need the money, blah, 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 blah. Like it affects our everyday life. So what God is just saying here is that if you could just, hold on, guys, sorry, I think y'all seeing behind the veil. So God is just saying, like, if you can learn to just trust me for the small thing, like to stabilize your life, because okay, the reason why God doesn't want me to just quit my job, because he knows that eventually I'm going to end up in this situation again. So he's like, let me show you how to transcend. Let me show you how to not just go into another job. I'm going to show you um how to stabilize yourself and secure yourself off of your own. Like, I'm going to set you up to where you're going to be financially stable on your own, where you're not going to need a job, where you're not going to have to listen to people. I'm going to do it in such a way that you're going to be making money and not even realizing how you are doing it. But the thing that I need you to do is release control. It's just to surrender and trust where I am leading you. Guys, I say this to say that I had no intentions on doing a YouTube channel about tarot reading. I had no intentions on doing this, but trusting these nudges that God has given me, like just being obedient, being honest, following these breadcrumbs, following my heart desires, following the things that naturally interest me. It got me to this place where now I can actually have this. Who knows where this tarot will go? Who knows? Not even where this tarot will go. I still have a book. Who knows what my book will do? I don't know how God is going to bless me. And that's the other thing that God wants you to, that's the other reason why God doesn't want me to just leave this job and go to another job. Because again, if I leave this job, if I make that decision to come out of this job, that's me saying, I don't trust you, God. I don't trust you to pull me out of this situation. I don't trust you to align me with my heart desires. And if I and that's countering everything that I'm going through. So right now, I am and you are. We're all going through this purification process, and this process may look different for everybody. I feel like my partner went through a purification process of where he had to learn how to be uncomfortable in his living situation. And now he's at the part where, because he did not complain about his situation, because he did not every single day be like, damn, I don't want to do this, or damn, I don't want to do that, because he was just persistent and focused on where he was going, because he was looking at the things that he did have and he was grateful for them, because he put his attention and his focus and his time into the things that he loved. Eventually, now he has this job, and literally my partner is on the cusp of having everything he ever wanted in his life. And I feel like that's what God is trying to show me. Like, get out of, let me move. Let me move you. Stop complaining. Stop gossiping with your coworkers. Stop saying how bad this situation is. You know how bad the situation is. The situation is simply the situation. You know that you create your reality. You know that whenever you are attracting good, whenever you are feeling good, you are attracting good. So if you're constantly thinking about how shitty this job is, how shitty this job make you feel, why these people talk to you this way, what are you doing? You're blocking your own blessing. I'm blocking my own blessing. So God is just saying that the reason that you're not supposed to, whatever uncomfortable circumstance you may be going through, and I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is dealing with your money and, stabilizing yourself, all of, whatever. What God is trying to get you to understand is that it is not, it's not about, oh, here we go. In my appreciation, I allow myself to receive good things. Come on, God. So it's not about us being so smart and doing all the moves to put ourselves in certain positions. That's not what it's about. It's really about getting outside of ourselves, being an observer of our life, being the co-creator. We have all the power. But if we constantly give it away, if we constantly leave when things become uncomfortable, then we won't become pure. We won't become masters. We won't become alchemists of our lives. Last card, because I feel like this is summarizing everything that I said. I'm going to read this for you guys. The best way to accomplish an improved environment The best way to accomplish an improved environment is to focus upon the best things about where you currently are until you flood your own vibrational matter of the thoughts with appreciation. In that change vibration, you can then allow the new and improved conditions and circumstances to come into your experience. Look for the good things about where you are. In the state of appreciation, you lift all your self-imposed limitations, and all limitations are self-imposed, and free yourself for receiving good things. That goes right back to this. If it's not enough for you to just focus on the good things, that's why I said everything I said, because if it's not enough for you to just focus on the good things, then think about it from a grander scale. Think about, all I can say is just think about it from a grander scale. Know that the thing for you to do is to not quit. Like, these challenges come to mold you. I can't stress that enough. Like, I just need to just stop talking because I feel like I'm just gonna keep repeating myself. I'm done. Sticking with that example, I'm not going to speak. I'm not going to complain about, I'm not focusing my attention on the things I hate about, I don't like about the job. If I can't find things that I love about that job, if you can't find things you love about your job, if you can't find things that you love about your current situation, then think about the bigger picture. Like, if there has to be something. Like, for me right now, yeah, I don't like my job, but guess what? I'm employed. A lot of people in America are not employed, but I am employed. I don't like my job, but you know what? It is pretty cool that on a daily basis, I can decide what I'm going to work on as long as I get X, Y, and Z done by the end of the month. I don't, excuse me, I don't like my job, but you know what? I feel like it's kind of cool that it's teaching me how to speak up when I'm uncomfortable. I don't like this job, but I like that it's teaching me how to be uncomfortable. I don't like this job, but I like how it's giving me the tools to become an alchemist. You see, it's taking all of the power out of the people, all of the power, and it's just for yourself. On the cut cards, I love it. The Six of Swords with the Judgment reverse, right here with the Judgment. It is a man on the steps. It looks like he's kind of like blowing a horn. I kind of look at that like, letting people know like, up, Judgment Day is coming, like, get your shit together. This was reversed though. Judgment Day is here. You're already here. We're already you're already in this process of purification. You already know this. Now God is saying, are you going to save yourself? Are you going to save yourself? You're looking to be rescued, but you put yourself in a situation. God's not going to save you. You have to save yourself. Yeah, he supports you. He's going to make sure that, you don't drown, but you have to save yourself. You save yourself by being honest and doing things that's in alignment with you. Y'all, I lost your purification card. All right, guys, let's just get some quick clarifiers for the Taurus group about honesty, purification, and love. Some quick clarifiers about honesty, purification, and love. Allow us to see angel number 33. Whew. Allow us to see the cards that we need to see. Allow us to see the cards that we need to see. Allow us to see the cards that we need to see. Allow us to see. Allow us to see. Okay. All right. So under honesty, with the whenever I am attracting good, I am feeling good, we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups, we see right here that there's this guy. He kind of didn't put, you see, he didn't put down his wand. He lost 3 cups, and he's only focusing on the 2 cups that he has left. He's not being paying attention to the smoke that's coming here, which can also symbolize like the spiritual connection. He's not in touch with his intuition. He is so focused on just savoring these 2 cups, kind of like mourning these 2 cups, like he's mourning the loss of the 3 cups. And I feel like what God is saying is stop mourning, like stop mourning the things that you've lost, and you're holding on like, oh, you know, I can't I can't hope for nothing more. I gotta just be happy with the little bit I got because I ain't gonna go out there and dream no more because every time I dream I get knocked on my ass. And God is saying, no, like you look up. Like stop focusing. Stop mourning over this. Lift your head. Lift your head. Look at the smoke. Follow the smoke. Follow the promptings, what I was saying again. Pick your wand back up. Be honest with your, and this is saying, be honest with yourself. Are you stuck in your past? Is your past holding you back? Are you, it has things happened so much that you just don't feel like you can possibly move forward? Do you trust your intuition? Are you listening to your intuition? That's where you need to be honest with yourself. You can't say God's not helping me, God's not listening to me, if you're not even like trusting your intuitions and the prompting that God is trying to give you. Under purification, with the money is not the root of all evilness or happiness, we have the Page of Swords. It is like this guy right here. He's on the edge of a cliff and he's look like he's about to pull out his swords, but he's really not. It looks like he's not like committed to it. Like it's like I'm gonna pull it out, but I don't know. That's what God is saying. Like you're on this edge, you're on this cliff. There's a whole lot of clouds. There's still more smoke. So again, the connection with the intuition, your connection with your emotions. Um, be decisive is what I kind of feel like this is. Be decisive. Like I feel like a lot of you guys are a little childish about it. And maybe not, maybe childish is not even the word, but I feel like some of you guys go back and forth between, I want to change, I want to live a better life, and then you just be like, but I mean, is that really going to happen? Is it really possible? Like it's just, like a little teeter tottery. And I feel like this is like make a decision, like decide who you are going to be at the end of the day. And then under love, we have the Knight of Staff reverse, the Knight of Staff upright. We see this guy, he is on an adventure. Yeah, he's on an adventure. There's a whole lot of water. He's looking out. So it kind of looks like he's like on this quest. He's seeking, he's on a journey. I feel like this is like God is saying, stop seeking, stop, stop going on a journey. I feel like God is like, stop looking outside of yourself for these answers. All the answers that you are looking for, all of these hopes and these dreams and your solution is not outside yourself. I feel like this is God saying, go inside of yourself, look at your emotions, do the things that you love. Like I just really feel like God, this card is really saying strongly that um the solution is not outside of yourself. It's all in here. So in order to get the solution that you're looking for, you got to stop focusing on the problem. So again, the love vibration, the positive vibration, and then if you can't even get to the positive vibration and not talking about it vibration and not gossiping about it, like that'll help you out. And the last message that's kind of underlying all of this was we got the Knight of Staff. Okay, we got the Knight of Staff. And I feel like this is the Knight of Staff upright. I mean, the King of Staff, the King of Staff. The King of Staff, as you see, he has red on, which lets you know that he's a very grounded king, which means he's very sure of himself. He's very connected to the world and like even to his spirituality, his mystic side. This the beetle over here. And then we see right here that he has this wand. And this is somebody who is very mature, somebody who is very just grounded and sure in themselves because they know that they can kind of create they know that they can create their world. They know that they can create financial abundance for themselves. They know that they can create stability and like earthly possess like they know that they're the magician in their life. Like this is just somebody who is so like drinking their own Kool-Aid. This is like Kanye, pretty much. Like this is like that's the energy I'm getting. And I feel like what God is saying is that that's where we're going. Like if you be honest with yourself, if you only do the things that you love and allow yourself to kind of go through this purification process, then you will be the king of staff and you will be the creator in your life. That's what God is trying to let you know. Like He's trying to, he's telling you that all of this is happening so that you can learn how to become the alchemist in your life, how you can learn how to become the master creator of your life. You are in this difficult situation so that you can go through, so that you can go through it, not for you to avoid it, no, go through the situation. And once you're able to go through that situation, you master it. So then you can teach others how to master it. Another thing in the that's what I was going to say. Another thing in the conversation with God is people, it says that um people feel like they have to go through hell to get heaven, and so they leave heaven and go through hell and come back. But what God is saying is that the essence of spirituality is knowing that there's nowhere to go, there's nothing for you to do. There, you know that you are okay exactly where you are because you know that you are the creator of your reality. You know that you know that you work with the, not even the creator of the, your co-creator. I just want to emphasize that because I don't want people going around thinking you have total power. No, you're a co-creator. You have to respect the spiritual realm. But if you know that you have a power that's greater than you, if you know that you're a vibrational being and that all you really have to do is just to stay in alignment and stay true to yourself, then like that's how you become the king of staff. That's how you become it. And this is the process that God is telling you. He's telling you you're going through this purification process. And the way that you're going to see it on the other side is by staying honest to yourself and by doing the things that keeps you focused and heart centered. It's not about running away from any problems. All of the problems, um, because what you resist persists. So just like if, like I was saying, if I leave this job because I don't want to feel this way or I don't like this feeling, I'm just going to look up and be in another job that makes me feel that exact same way. So it's not about leaving, it's all about going through so that you can come out on the other side as a knight of staff, somebody who is, oh, come on now, God. God, so that you can come out as a knight of staff, somebody who is completely unfazed, somebody who knows how to, somebody who knows that they can. It's like that whole line. You can put me anywhere on God's green earth, I triple my worth. Bam, that's the king of staff right there. Same thing. The other line from Ye, I'm gonna look in the mirror if I need some help. Made a meal myself and I'm still myself. This is the king of staff. That's what that is. Those two lines summarize the king's staff. Made a meal myself and I'm still myself. And also, you put me anywhere on God's green earth, I triple my worth. Also, God is saying, as you go through this process of love and honesty and becoming the creator and stabilizing yourself, you're also, as you're doing that, you're also bringing your emotions intact. You're also becoming one with your emotions. You can be put in any situation and maybe completely unfazed. That's why you're going through this purification process because God is saying, like, this is not going to be your first storm. This is not going to be my first time dealing with white people talking to me crazy. Where I'm trying to become a boss. I'm trying to create generational wealth. I'm trying to break down industries. I'm trying to kill the old gatekeepers and become the new. You think I ain't gonna hurt? You think I'm not gonna be in positions where people are gonna doubt me, where people are gonna talk to me crazy, where people are gonna make me feel insecure? But if I don't deal with this now on this level of where I'm not, technically, I don't love this job. I don't want to advance in this job. But if it's like if I can't master my emotions in this situation, how am I gonna master it when I'm in the ocean? How am I gonna master it when I'm really out here running the business? Everything that we go through in our life, we go through it for a reason, for the purification of our soul, so that we can become whole, so that we can become the king of staff and the king of cups, the creator of our world and grounded in our and unfazed in any environment. Last card, the Knight of Cups here. Again, this is God is saying, go through this purification, go through this process, master your environment. No, master your emotions, master your environment, get the blessing. Master the environment, master your emotions, and get the cup from God. Become the champion. This cup. He's proud. You can tell that he's been on a journey, but this cup, he's like, yes, fuck, I'm almost done. That's how he feels. This is the Knight of Cups. It's the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups. He knows that, and this is what God is wants you to know that you are on the road to fulfillment, to ultimate fulfillment. But you can't avoid these uncomfortable situations. You can't avoid it, because then you're going to miss the lesson. Then you're not going to be able to become a master. All right. Woo! That message was for you and me. Yeah, we're going through this purification. All right, God. What's the final message that you have for Taurus Collective? What is the final message that you have for the Taurus Collective? What is the final message you have for the Taurus Collective? Allow us to see the cards that we need to see. Allow us to see the cards that we need to see. Allow us to see the cards that we need to see. All right. The card that came out is the Mother Soul. I've been in awe. Angel number 4517. I've been in all these cards that I've never pulled before. In the Dreamer. I'm not going to read the message for the Dreamer, but I am going to read kind of like the overall guidance for the suit that the Dreamer is under. This is the Black Angel cards, and just like with the Rider Waite Death, with the cups and the wands, hers is also broken up into different areas. So if you put the Dreamer is um, sorry, y'all, I can't find it. Okay, so the Dreamer is all about inner vision. I'm gonna read this. If you select any of these cards, your vision is clear about who you are. Your problems mount when you turn away from what you see. We were just talking about that. Neglecting your capacity to see within can lead to disconnect from your. Okay, let me read that over. If you select any of these cards, your vision is clear about who you are. Your problems mount when you turn away from what you see. Neglecting your capacity to see within can lead to disconnection from yourself and everyone. Appreciation of your vision is key to experience your true nature. It's all right if no one else can see what you see. So for me, I'm not gonna. I'm saying me because I want you to use me as an example. So again, the job is chaos. It's just a chaotic system, leadership on down. But and nobody else can see that, and I don't need to keep yelling at the top of the lungs or even complaining to other people for them to see what I see. Like, my vision is for myself. But now that I know that system is chaos, it's like, stop focusing on it. This is not the place for me. This God would not even want me to be in this soil, so let me turn my attention elsewhere. Let me turn my attention towards the things that are positive, that the things that are helping me in this job. And so God is telling you to do the same thing, neglecting your capacity to see. So can lead to a disconnection within yourself on the inside. So it's back to what I was saying here. Stop looking outside of yourself. All your answers, everything that you are looking for, it's on the inside of you. Like, you got it. Nobody else can help you out. You have all of the answers. All right. Here is your final message. It is from the Mother Soul, page 85, or angel number 85, whatever. You restore the soul. On the waking path, soul revival. On the sleeping path, emptiness. Mother Soul holds the shrine on which we place our sadness and joy. When tears fall upon your cheeks, they may not belong to you. When you laugh without knowing the reason, you may be in the energy of Mother Soul. As Mother Soul, you hold the feelings and emotions of self and others. You have the capacity to embrace the deepest experiences. You are so sensitive, you may have to protect yourself from people who are constantly in their emotions. People come to you when they are experiencing major turning points in their lives. This is a little lengthy, so hold on. You comfort, you kiss, you smile, and you give love with no expectations. On the waking path, you restore and you rejuvenate. You feel energetic and find your life full and satisfying. You are able to access the springs of wellness. With this capacity, you help others awaken to the ways in which they suffer. Wellness is imprinted on your bones. Others come to you because of the loving, warm attention you give. As a consequence, your energy is often misinterpreted and you fall into the role of wet nurse, or one who shares with everyone else as dear to yourself as breast milk. I'm going to read that again. As a consequence, your energy is often misinterpreted, and you can fall into the role of wet nurse or one who shares with everyone something as dear to yourself as breast milk, as a mother would a child. As mother soul, attending to folks as your children, you are often abused or drained empty of your life force. This draining or abuse can be the beginning of being on the sleeping path. If all of your energy is spent feeding others, nursing everyone's wounds but your own, you are giving without concern for your own needs. You may even encounter anger as others want you to continue your giving. You may grow numb and weary of holding all of these feelings and emotions. You may become empty. When you experience this emptiness, you hide because your worth was in the feeling, in the feeding. You are most likely fearful of not being able to handle all of your own pain and loss. See if your efforts to nurture everyone might come from your past wounding in your personal life and in your ancestral lineage. See if there is a memory in your bones of the inability to save someone or something you lost long ago. Unconsciously, we are still trying to save all of who and what we've lost on life's journey. Your own soul retrieval is at stake each time you unconsciously take on another person. Remember yourself in this love and comfort work as a respect for your gifts. As a matter of fact, your gifts cannot be shared without your body and soul. Mother soul must find other mother souls to rejuvenate them. If you are constantly tired, then you have too many people around you who are not feeding you. Implore the reason you allow yourself to be drained. You may need to find ways other than fatigue or illness to signal to yourself to take a break from taking care of others. Do you feel more worthy in your depleted state? Is there something someone can do for you? In the end, it may not be necessary you take on being a mother soul. This role is not for those who it is. Hold on, wait. This role is not for those who do it because it is expected of them. It is for those who recognize the sacred power of soul retrieval as a spiritual path. This is reciprocal between themselves and others. So that was a very long message, but I feel like this is still with this purification process. Like the message that I was kind of getting off of that is like some of you guys are so used to kind of being at disposal for other people and always kind of being on the go. And so now you're not in this place of where you can constantly, um, be on the go. And I feel like you're starting to either you're starting to realize it or what God you are listening to this message because God wants you to realize that it's time for you to be honest. Like a lot of you guys have been, people pleasing and have been kind of just overextending yourself and also like just filling up your time with frivolous stuff. And what God is saying is that it's time for you to take a time out and really evaluate like why you're doing stuff. Really be honest about it. Really be honest about are you always feeling good when you are around those people? Really being honest about are these people helping me? Are they adding or subtracting to my life? You may be around, if you, like this message said, if you are constantly around people and they're draining you, then you got to trust that. And if you see and if you know that these people are not healthy for you, but you still put yourself in that environment anyway, like that's you may as well just stab yourself or slap your damn self in the face, because that's how disrespectful it is to your higher self. Honor yourself, honor your emotions, honor the things that you love, and I promise everything will work out. But right now, you guys are going through a purification process, and it's not fun, it's not easy, it's going to be uncomfortable, but I promise the other side of it is so fucking worth it. The master of your environment and the master of your emotions. This is what it is. This is where we're going. All right, guys. Become the alchemist. Please become the alchemist in your life. I hope this message was beneficial for you. If you, again, all the information about me will be in the description box below. If you did get to the end of this message, please tell me your key takeaways. All right, guys. Mwah. Namaste. Take care, y'all. Angel number 5350.